Hi, this is Dark Lightning here, with another video, you know, something that probably some of you already know. Um, so I'm just gonna get into it. I was looking at this scripture in the Bible, which is John 14 in the New Testament, John 14, verse 6. It says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Now, if you really think about this verse, which is very popular, everybody like, you can't go to the Father, you can't go to heaven if you can't go to heaven if you don't believe in Jesus. And that's so, like, I'm gonna just break it down, really, because that's thinking of it on that level is very basic, you know. That's the basic understanding. In this verse, I truly, thought about it, and it's a woman talking, It's actually a woman talking. It's not this male character that is speaking. Okay. If you think about it, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Now, in order for you to create life, you have to have, both opposites, male and female. But everyone came from mama. Even the male came from mama. So right here I see that, okay, if mama created the father, or if mama created the opposite of her, and mama is basically known as darkness, okay? And, in the beginning it says in the Bible that darkness, it was darkness, and God spoke and said, let there be light, So if there was only darkness and then something came along, created light, then the thing that spoke had to be darkness. Okay, so that's mama. And everybody comes from mama. You can see that physically, okay? You don't have to really think about that. You know that from experience. Whether you had a child, your mama, your sister had a child, you know that all life comes from the mother. Okay, so when it says I am, the way, the truth, and the life, we all know that the breath is life. When we breathe in, we are breathing in life. And that's the unseen. But everybody came from water physically, and my mama is the representation of water. You have air here. Then if you go to the beach or whatever, you see there's life in the water, and their life comes from the water. And we all came from water when we was in our mother's wombs. We came from water. So in order to get to the Father, which is the breath, the air, in order for us to get to the Father, we had to come through the water. We had to come through the water, which is mama. And since we came through from water, which is the physical we came out of darkness into light. Last time video I did was the Adam, when I was talking about Adam. Okay, so we came out of the darkness of mama's womb into the light, and we came into the Father to see, and we seen what was unseen, what was seen. We came into this matrix, which is matter, which is mother, which is water, But to know Father, we had to, break the water and part the water out, as Moses did, you know, and breathe the breath of life, which is air. See the light, which is Father. Father represents the light. Okay, so we had to come through Mama to get to the Father. When you in your mother's womb, you probably hear your father's voice or whatever, but you can feel the vibrations of your mother, and you get to know your mother you're real close and connected to your mother. Although you came from Father, you had to come from your father to get to your mother, but your mother, your father's mother, which is your grandmother, he had to come through his mother to get to your mother. But anyway, I don't want to confuse y'all. So yeah, you come through the water to get to air. Okay, so we know that water equals mother, and the mother, which is water, the water gives life to soul, which is the earth, and the earth is represented as in soul. If you don't water the earth, you're not gonna get your seeds planted. That's hold on, slow it down. You're not gonna get your seeds planted, so they're not gonna grow if you don't water them. Okay, I know that from experience. So okay, so the earth is the physical manifestation of it's the scene, and the earth is daughter earth, it's not mother earth, although she can be a mother too. But I don't want to confuse y'all, but daughter earth. So mother, which is I want to say the dark matter, the thing that everything, like the planets are floating in, is a representation of mother. Okay, the things that's holding things together. Okay, and the Father, which is the air, which is the light, which is the unseen. He could also be seen too. With when he comes together with mother, he can be seen. So yeah, that's and I know I could go deeper into this, but I just wanted to break that down. But so Father is equal to air and the Father, the breath of life. Okay, gives us the Father gives life to fire, the sun. I'm talking about the sun as in the physical sun, or the sun as in the sun, fire, the things that seed, when we put seed in the ground in daughter earth, when we water it with mother's physical manifestation of life, when we water it, the seed, the sun is then able to raise that seed up with the light, because the seed is in darkness in the soil. So it's raised, it's seeding, giving that seed the information needs to grow. Okay, so father has to have the information to, see the seedlings, the star seeds, or whatever you want to call us, or the actual seed in the ground, or seed that created this plant behind me. It has the information in the seed, but it always needs to be helped to grow along. So it needs the light as well as the dark. They don't call me dark lightning for nothing. I'm a Gemini too, so um, do having this dual sight, is I'm able to bring it together to see for you to see the wholeness in the whole picture. Not just looking at it um, one way. Looking at it. Go ahead. So, it's snack time? No. It's lunchtime? No. It's still breakfast time. But you can go ahead and have it. But go upstairs. Okay? Go upstairs? Mm-hmm. Eat it? Mm-hmm. Well, whatever you're doing up there. So anyway, so um the fire is okay, so the air equals father, gives life to fire, air gives life to fire, if it's air around and it's a fire, you blow that shit gonna spread. Okay, so that gives the life. Mental, that's mental, that's the unseen. You have thoughts of, you know, um, it's seen, but it's unseen. You having thoughts because you can see it in your mind's eye. What I like to call it. But yeah. So when it says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, no man cometh unto the Father, which is light. No man cometh to light, but by the breath, but by breathing. So it's a significance in your breath. That's why it's good to meditate and breathe, practice breathing, and that's something I need to do. And plus, even uh, with water, both of those give you life. So you got to make sure that you're getting enough of water and that you're actually meditating or breathing, practicing your breathing, your breaths. So I think that is all I wanted to say. So, and another thing I wanted to touch on is this is why there are so many effeminate males. They have misplaced their minds. They're not really dealing in their mental. So when a born male, doesn't want to use his mind, that causes him to be more physical. And when you're more physical, you're more on the mother side of things. You're not thinking. You're not. If you're not thinking, then you're going to be more physical than spiritual, I want to say, or mental. You're going to be more on the mother side, the matter, the matrix. You're going to enjoy more things physically. That's why a lot of men is effeminate because they're retarded. You know, they're not using their minds to, you know, it's not so much as they love the feminine energy. They just misplacing it by, you know, not really using their minds. They're not whole, you know. And I don't know what to say about women. Um, Maybe they're too physical too, you know. Um, they're not using their minds because I truly know that it's a mental issue, you know. They're not using their minds to see beyond the physicality of things, you know. It's okay to, you know that women are beautiful if you're a woman because you are beautiful. You know, it's okay for men to, you know, say a man looks, you know, when somebody ugly and when they're not. It's okay, you know, but don't misplace that with being so physical, you know. So I mean, I guess I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's a difficult subject to even speak about anyway, you know, for most people. But I think a lot of the, you know, lesbian and gay men are too physical, you know. And I know they like to think that some of them like to think that they're spiritual in a way, but they're not using their minds to see um, what their physical parts are used for. You know, if you don't know what your physical parts is used for and what it's supposed to go to, you know, then you are retarded. You know, that's just where I'm at. You know, I mean, a lot loves to justify, you know, wrong things. And a lot of people likes to blur the lines, but there is no blurring no lines here. You know, this we know that the sun gives life and helps our plants to grow. We know that the mother nourishes, you know, and nourishes that seed to grow too. So you should know what your physical what your physical body is supposed to be used for. You know, you can't be so physical. You think um, just because you want to be, I guess, a spiritual person that deals in the mind, and you think you're thinking, but you're not applying the knowledge that you have to your life. You know, it's one thing to know one thing, and then a lot of spiritual people, so-called spiritual people, like to blur the lines of making it okay, and it's not okay. You know, it's not okay to justify wrongness when you know what's right. You know what's right in front of you, what you can see, and what you can't see. You know, it, and I'm one of them. That used to, justify my wrongness. You can't justify that, and as soon as you justify your or try to make it right, you already know within you that it's wrong, but you're going to make it right in that moment. And you shouldn't do that to yourself, because you are causing yourself to be retarded. you know you're not using your mind, and you're not applying the knowledge that you have within you. I mean, it's nowhere around. There's nowhere around it. Period. For me, and I'm not saying this. I don't hate, you know, anybody that, you just got to come into balance with yourself, and know that a lot of these devices that they putting out here to make you want to say it's okay, and it's not. So it's not. Just continue on your path to applying the knowledge that you have. You can't blur the lines of anything. We know that the sun in the sky is the sun. We know that it gives light. And we know down here that a male penis is supposed to go into a vagina. This is things we know. And we know that two women can't create, and we know that two men cannot create life. So you try to make things right that's wrong, and I will call you, the devil, what they will call evil or the devil. You're vibrating low. I don't care what kind of knowledge you got. If you can't apply it to your life, and you can't see how to apply it to your life, then you're retarded. You're a retarded spiritualist. And I don't see how anybody can be spiritual and not apply the knowledge that they're obtaining to their whole life. So yeah, I just had to get that out because it's a lot of people that's lost. They want to confuse their own selves into thinking something is right when it's really wrong. And physically they can see that those two same a dick and a dick is opposition. Pussy and a pussy is opposition. But when you have a dick and a pussy, oh baby, they go together real good. Oh wow. That's life. And it's so beautiful. I'm not afraid to talk about this, because I'm just not. Because I know what's right, I know what's right. I mean, come on now. We all know that and excuse me for being vivid, but a dick don't go in the shithole. And you got to be one fucking retard to try to justify that. You're fucking retarded. I guess I'm not even sad to tell you this truth. And maybe in my past life I was gay or whatever or what have you, if I had a past life, but probably was, but that don't make it right. You just gotta come out of justifying wrong stuff. Because you're gonna go crazy. It's coming a point in time you're gonna have to let go of the bullshit. So a lot of y'all try to make it seem like y'all so against the government and so against them, but the same thing they pushing, you pushing. Have you ever thought about that? Probably not, because you're not thinking. You're not using your mental to really see the bigger picture. You want to say, oh well, it's okay for them to say that, because I'm there, it's okay. It's not, and I don't care what none of these spiritual, so-called spiritual people, that tell you lies just to make you feel good. That's the thing. You need to stop feeling good and feel bad for once, and change your ways. Because what are you sowing? What are you sowing unto yourself? Confusion. And I'm gonna go back to it. We see the earth, it spins. We know what the earth's supposed to do or is doing. We know what the sun is doing. But you don't know what you doing. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You done came into a body, a beautiful body at that, in a vessel, you know, and you don't even know what this tool is for. You think this tool is just to not create life. You was born with a reproductive system. You was born with a system so you can eat, the esophagus and intestines. And you was born with all these things. You know what they do, but you don't know what your uh, outside members are supposed to do. I think that's retarded. So just remember, come back into balance. Put the physical in balance, and then and put your mental in balance. Let's get right. Dark Lightning, signing out. Peace, love, wholeness.